is one of the most popular songs of 2022 out of this country and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from the break. That was Sugarcane remix by Camidoh, Kim Promise on there, Mayokin on there, and also Darko on there. We are about to have a conversation with the man of the moment. Well, he sometimes has blue on, pink. Today it is green hair. Ladies and gentlemen, man like Camidoh is our guest.
On the tin, yeah.
Oh, Panditing. Yeah. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. My phone says, I'm your phone.
Hey, you're selling us.
I'm not selling.
You're selling us.
We are not selling. But Charlie, how's it going? 2023. We are in February now.
So far, so cool. Like, so good. I'm grateful for life and also, the strength. I just put out an EP,
Yeah.
So it's
Talk
like,
about that.
yeah, so far, so good. I'm grateful.
2022 was a big year for you, Charlie. You were everywhere, moving across Africa, Europe, and I think it was the Sierra Leone one that really caught me.
Yeah.
Like you've always dreamt of this day, and then you step out there and you're not even singing, and people are singing your song. Must be a nice feeling, yeah?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. Like, it's a good feeling. It always makes you feel, like, blessed. For me, that's the word I use all the time. Like, I feel blessed because I feel like it's divine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, to really be on stage and then command, like, a certain number of, like, people to be singing your song in a certain way with all sort of, like, excitement and, cheering and all of that. Like, I feel like it's divine. So I don't take it lightly. I just, like, feel blessed every time.
Yeah, and from that, there's been Slow, featuring Magic's. What nice tune.
Right.
And even on Twitter, when I'm on Twitter and I see NP Camidoh, and it's something most of it I'll see from Nigeria, and I'm like, Charlie, oh my, really people they play, people really they play in tracks.
Yeah.
After that, when you were ending 2022,
Right.
what you had seen at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and it was ending, when you were having your review of 2022, what conclusion did you come to? Good, satisfactory, excellent?
Yeah, I was a bit satisfied.
A bit?
Yeah, I was a bit satisfied considering like the goals and the plans that I had and the things that I wanted to achieve. I feel like I was close, but I didn't really achieve everything 100%. But for me, it's more so like I'm grateful. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you achieve like these milestones, you should be grateful because it's really hard out here. But comparing myself to like an artist of like global recognition, because that's what I want to be, so every time I'm always comparing myself, like I'm really not comparing myself to like like not to mention like, you know what I'm saying, like I'm really not trying to be like blown only in my country, so when I'm like connecting myself, like, and also measuring the level of success, comparing myself to like other people who are globally like, known or blown, then I realized that, okay, fine, I'm getting closer. So I'm kind of like grateful, but I just tell myself I need to work hard. And which is why like people feel like, bro, like you should really be like celebrating
relax,
and also relax a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like most people are like, the year just began. Why are you just all of a sudden just like kicking off like that? But for me, I feel like a lifetime is truly not enough. Like you really do not know when you're gonna pass. And so it's like if you really have a dream and you're like, okay, let me relax a bit. I understand that we have to relax, but also like I have a timeline to my goals. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So I'm always just like on my toes trying to make sure that I really achieve, these things before. So like I would say at the end of 2022, I was grateful, but I wasn't satisfied.
Fantastic. Yeah. One of the things also about you were the features. When people feature you, you do very well with it. So I've been trying to understand. Artists would sit down and write songs for themselves because they want it to be good and put it out there. Now, when someone features you, how do you make sure that you are not giving up the best that could have been your song to that person? Like, what's the whole mindset about it, you being featured by someone?
On collaborations, I always see that as making a baby. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're meeting a woman and making a baby. So if you're making a baby, like, it's not even about who's carrying the child for 9 months or who's like just having sex for like 5 minutes or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's more so about like the two of you. It's a combination of you, a little bit of you and a little bit of you. So at the end of the day, the record becomes your child. It doesn't matter whether, as long as the two of you, like all these voices are coming together, that is like all coming together to form a new baby. So it's very important that you note that it's your child. Like, in as much as like it's this person's record, it's your child as well. So you might as well just give your best. It doesn't matter whether it is like this person's record. Once you are on it, I would give what I would give on my record on another record.
A funny question. Which feature do you feel like, hey, shall I do that too? Like, I get that. I give you my song.
I always just like, to be honest, like I can't mention what tune I believe I perform like, relatively like lower or, I feel like I always deliver. I always come like A1 on every record that I'm placed on. That is because I feel like sometimes that record may be the record taking you out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it will take you like out there even more than your record. So you might as well just give your best, just as you would do on your own record. Yeah.
Well, fantastic.
I mean, you mentioned that you're grateful, but you're not where you think you want to be yet.
Yeah.
What exactly are you looking for?
Find X.
It's crazy. It's crazy, like, because I'm a little bit skeptic, as in like mentioning to the whole world. Anyway, it's cool
You don't
because
wanna
I'm still
jinx
like
it.
talking to the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be like a Michael Jackson. Like, I want to be really like influential globally. Like, let a kid who has the inspiration to make music say, yo, I want to make music like Camidoh. I want to be like Camidoh. Like, I want to really be an icon, like globally, not just like in my country or in my village. I want to be globally known and also like reckoned with. Do you understand? Like, just inspire everyone like globally. That's who I want to be. And I believe that don't just come by sitting in my room and celebrating the things that I won or like I achieved in the past. Like, it has to be like a continuous work process. So I'm always on my toes, to be honest. And I feel like just because in the other parts of the world, there are more resources exposed to the artists. So it's like there are certain things that you get on a silver platter. But here, in our industry, it's really difficult as compared to them industries. So I have to really work times 3 or times 4 of what them lot like will be doing. That's why it seemed like, okay, fine, I'm not resting. But yeah, that's just what it is. It's relative.
Great. I mean, I want to get a bit into, making the music whilst in the studio. I don't know, were you present in the studio whilst the producer was producing a beat for you?
Yeah, most of the times.
Most of the times, okay. So does that influence how you do your music? Because sometimes probably you have your own lyrics you want to come across with, you have your own message. But with the beat, does it change or does it inspire you in any way?
It does. It does. Sometimes, like, they're just playing a certain tone, and then it just takes you on, like, a different journey. Before, you were hearing just the drums, and then you were feeling like, yo, I'm going to rap. And then, then the strings come in, and you're like, oh, I want to sing. Or this is what I want to talk about. Oh, no, like, this is giving me a different type of vibe. So it always happens most of the times. Yeah. Always happens.
And one thing that most people may not know, that he himself is a producer.
Yeah. I produce, but like, also I don't try to like take all of the responsibility. Sometimes I just like I dish it out, delegate, let people like handle certain things, just so I can really concentrate and tap into the spirit for like the creative process of the record, like of making the music or singing. Yeah.
So have you produced any of your songs?
Oh yes, I produced For My Lover featuring Darko Vibes. You know that record, right? And I also produced Dance With You featuring Kwesiata.
One of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I've been producing, like, just working on records.
So when you putting in all of these works and you not say the force, you're pushing, and there's never like a breakthrough. If you, during those moments, psychologically, what does it do to you? Like, Charlie, I did do everything I will do. I'm meeting the people that I need to meet. People say they sound good, but it's not that breakthrough.
I feel like that really sometimes, even me too, like now still, I still feel that pressure. Sometimes it works on your psychological mind, like it takes a toll on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a creative, sometimes you just want things to happen in a certain direction and then they don't happen. Like, you'll be frustrated sometimes. It's like let me just give an example, right? You want your child to just be like this. You want your child to be have a certain personality. Yeah. But then you go to the school every time and they're like, yo, he's a ruffian. Like, oh my God, like he's just beating people. It's like, you can't understand. Like, where do you get this from? And you're so frustrated, like, and you're trying so hard to like reshape your child. So that's how it is. Like, as a creative, you feel like that all the time when things don't go your way. Like sometimes it's just like crushing you and all of that. So I felt like that. I still feel like that, but because I understand that it's part of the process and it's part of like my career path. So sometimes I'm able to just ease it up, like just sleep it over, and yeah.
Just chill about.
With how hit of a song that Sugarcane is, what would you say you did to make that song a hit? Because a lot of people are putting in so much effort.
Right.
They're promoting it on social media, and yet they're still not getting a hit.
Right.
What did you do different?
Yeah, I'm also gonna like, let's not even like try to sweep away the fact that the God factor is really important in everything that we do in the universe. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can actually be doing everything right and still be knocked out of the market. You can actually just be doing like 1/3 of what you should be doing and still be the number one, you know? So it's also important to be blessed, you know, like to be definitely blessed and have like the hand of God, like, you know, over your business or whatever you're doing. That aside, I feel like what we did a lot of work, like we did a lot of marketing. We focused more on marketing because the music is a product. And I felt like the more you market, the more you throw the products in the faces of the people, into the faces of the people, they one day might want to try. You know, so it's like you jump on Instagram and then it's like, woo, adole. Next minute, adole. It's like, oh, what tune is this? Like, you know, and then the next person you're following is dancing to that tune. And the next, like, you might want to just grab the record and say, oh, this new Camidoh adole is like sick, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens. So I feel like it's marketing. It's about continuously like throwing the products into the face of the people. That's what we did. So you see a lot of TikTok, you see a lot of like IG reels, Twitter people like are tweeting. Everyone is just talking about the record. It's intentional. That is how I feel like it should be done all the time. So we did a lot more of that and a couple stuff that really like
Okay, let's talk about a lifetime is not enough.
Yep.
All time.
Our time. Yeah.
A lifetime is not enough. You've got some amazing songs on there.
Yeah.
I get. We have time to go through all of them.
Oh, say
Yeah.
one.
Oh, we'll go.
Oh,
one
cool.
after the other. So let's start. When did you start putting this together?
To be honest, like I feel like it was somewhere at the latter part of 2022. I was traveling a lot, so it really like took time. Like sometimes I start and I don't finish, you know. But it was more about like this whole EP is wrapped up about like my experiences. It's more about me, you know. Like the whole EP is more about me, like my experiences at the latter part of 2022. So it was like stuff that I was experiencing. I'm sure it should be around September, November, thereabout. Yeah. I started working around it at that time. And so it's like the strategic purpose of this EP is to really like solidify the brand Camidoh, you know, as Camidoh across the globe before I put out a major project. Because, after Sugarcane, then let's tell these people that, we're actually like not playing. Like, I'm not just like, you know, a one-time record maker or whatever it is, you know. I'm actually like, I'm actually serious with my job. So we show them that this is what we can do, and then we can proper like put out a major project and go on tour. However, also like the inspiration is more about like realizing that a lifetime is truly not enough for us to achieve all of the things that we have in our minds. So it's like just doing this and using my own experiences, you know, just throw out to the people. Because normally it's like artists making records inspired by what other people are going through. But more so I wanted to focus on what I was going through.
It's about you.
Yeah, more so like about me.
Okay, track number 1.
Free me.
Free Me.
Free me, yeah.
I love that one though.
Yeah.
Because I think it's something that we can all relate to.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yes?
Hey.
I thought I was alone.
I mean, there's money in there. There's
Tell
more
him
like
go
a
to free
heartbreak
from
in
all
there.
the. Sometimes there's some things you won't stop, but
Yeah.
when they happen.
Yeah.
Free Me. Tell us the inspiration about. We'll take them one by one. So Free Me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Free Me was more about when I felt I was going through some level of like frustrations as a creative. Like I told you before, like at some time things just take a toll on you. You want things to go a certain way. You don't want to face this type of situations. And then so it's like me really just like telling the universe, actually, you know what, leave me alone. Like, you know, I don't want to go through this anymore. Like just speaking to the universe for it to happen, that I wanted to be free of the things that were happening to me. Yeah.
Hey.
I like Adole.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
have an Adole in your life?
Yeah, everybody does though.
Are you sure?
A
No, this
particular
one is I'm talking about a particular Adole.
Well, yeah, I don't have an adole as in like an adole,
Yeah,
but if
but
you're
you do have
asking
a
if I have
woman.
someone special in my
Yes.
life, like a partner, obviously I
Yes.
have a partner.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shout out there.
Right.
Ladies, please. The DM is
Yeah,
sealed.
the heartbreak.
The DM is sealed. So Adole, that is trending. I've seen a lot
Yeah,
of people
yeah.
Yeah.
doing that.
It's a beautiful record. I feel like it's more commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is all yours too. Is that
All
also something you are dedicating to a loved one, or what is it really?
Yeah, it's also like it also basically talks about just finally just professing love and just giving in 100%. You're like, what, I'm doing this, like I'm not playing around, like I'm really serious, and so that kingdom
This is
come.
definitely a Valentine's song.
Right. Because sometimes the guys, it's sometimes they are not just straightforward. Sometimes
Yeah.
Everything pass away.
So with this one, it's like now the person has become decisive.
Yeah, pretty
They know
much,
exactly what they
yes,
want to do.
100%.
It's a good one. So that can go for Valentine's.
Yeah.
Like you mean it.
Like you mean
featuring
it.
So
Yeah. Like you mean it is also like now you are telling the other person, like now, like so I'm now telling my partner, like actually I feel like you want to do it but you're not so sure, so I want you to like really like you're just telling your partner to just touch you actually like they mean it, or like show you the love like actually like they mean it. Don't just like tell me you love me, or don't just say these things to me, say it like you mean it. Kiss me or hug me or touch me like you mean it. That's really like from that standpoint.
So on that particular one.
Oh yeah, Sina Soul, like big shout outs to Sina Soul. I'm a big fan of her music and her voice. I feel like she's amazing. We linked up, been making records back to back, and I'm proud of her. Like I'm grateful also for her making time to come into the sessions to make all of these records with me.
Your sessions are cool from waiting.
Right.
In this
We
one.
actually got like 4,
4 songs.
Yeah, we actually made like 4 records in 2022. So
Oh,
yeah.
That's dope. That's dope, man. Get to love. For people that get to.
So it seems there's a lot of love in there.
Yes,
Of course.
yes.
Oh, this,
Like-
your man is a lover. Is a lover.
This one is for Valentine's. See, we are going to celebrate
by
it with
default,
it.
like by default, I really just like I'm a preacher of love. Like by default, I'm always on the topic of love. Unless like
beautiful.
very necessary, I don't go anywhere else. Like I'm really like a preacher of oneness, love. Type stuff like that.
All right, so A Lifetime is not enough on all digital. It's on all digital platforms. Go check it out. It's a 6-track EP, and trust me, you are gonna love it. But guess what? There's something big coming up. You've got Camidoh on the microphone in a bit. He'll be performing for us.
We
Yeah.
need to tease our viewers a little. We are going for a quick commercial break. When we
Okay,
come back,
okay.
Camidoh will give us that tantalizing performance.
Top 2, we got another one.
All the times I they pray, make this love never fade. Make we day, make it day. And I hope say you feel the same more. All the things where you got it. Me, I'm ready to marry. Wanna pull up beside Jiwagi. And I want you to be my wifey. Adole, come and show me that you love me. Yeah. Me, I know if you carry your love, they play. Me, I know if you carry your love. Adole, come and show me that you love me. Yeah. Me, I know if you carry your love, they play. I dey Cape Town. I see one Ikebeg, I no chase she won't give me something I no take If you know be you give me my paper for paper. I know they fake no. Don't you ever say you wanna break up, baby girl? You know I know if you take promise me before I press accelerator. Yeah. One thing I know is true love is in your eyes. Yeah. Whoa. Please don't take me play. Don't touch up my life. Adole, come and show me that you love me. Yeah. Me I know if you carry your life, they play. Me I know if you carry your life. Adole, come and show me that you love me. Yeah. Me I I know if you carry your life, they play. Yo, I dey Cape Town. I see one nigga big, I no chase him. She won't give me something, I no take him. If you know be, you give me my paper. For paper, I know they fake him. Don't you ever say you wanna break up. Baby girl, you know I know if you take him. Promise me before I press accelerator. Yeah. Me do on the team. Whoa, yeah. Boom, boy. Love and blessings to everybody.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Charlie,
Thank you very much.
the vocals, one quality that a lot of people associate with you, as Harriet mentioned, and it's nice to hear are your vocals. How do you make sure that you keep it like always A level? You've got rehearsals, all of those things?
Yeah, I do rehearse most of the times, and more so because I have a little bit of like the engineering, background. I'm able to really track myself. But not to say I handle all of that myself. Shout outs to Mr. Freeman. Like most of the time I'm calling, I'm like, Baba, this is what is happening to me, or what should I do? And he would just like patch me in a couple like, rehearsal tricks and stuff like that, just keep me running. So yeah.
Yeah, and you tell you not to drink chilled water.
Yeah. I remember I asked him whether like, is it true that I can be swallowing banana and it will keep my voice in check?
Okay. That's good. So we've talked on this show about performances also, because Christmas, a lot of people were moving around, all events, like day after day, there's an event. Right. And if you're an artist built to perform on every event like that, how do you make sure that your fans who come through, people who come through to watch you, do not see the same thing today, the next day, the same thing, the arrangement and all that?
That is really very important. Like most of the times it's also about like your performance. You have like people who actually like design how you should perform. It comes with like a whole stagecraft type of thing, like a whole arrangement and all of that. So every show, most times, should there be enough fans, you're supposed to really like change the style. Like people be coming from the roof, people be coming in a car and all of that. All of these things, like it's like they bring a feel to like the performance. Obviously they're gonna hear the same lyrics, but it's just like the whole settings, and it's just gonna be different and make them have a different experience every time.
Yeah.
What do you do first when it comes to your performances? Do you have a routine, something that you do before you go on stage?
Most of the time I just pray. I just pray. Like there's not much. Like
You're very religious then.
I just
Why
pray,
didn't you do gospel music then?
There have been the perception that sometimes they either during alcohol they either smoke. Is that really the case? Because sometimes people will not be really open to us and tell us what it is. But we are told you do those things.
I don't think that like doing these things, it just depends on the individual. Like I always go with a saying, like it's who you are, not where you are. Do you know what I mean? So it's who you are. I feel like people still, like, I know musicians who smoke, like I watch them on TV and all of that. I know that they actually smoke most of the times, but they still sing well. Like if it's not good for you and you know how to go about it, cool. I'm not a technician. I'm really not a voice coach to tell you that smoking does not help or whatever it is. Like obviously we know that these are bad practices, but I can't say that for sure. Like these does not help singing or this. Like
But whilst coming up, have you in a way been advised that take this because indeed it will help you with your performances? You are going to have a lot of stamina while performing. Have you ever?
Nah, I've never really been like a taker of these like opinions. I've never really been like a follower of these rules. Like I always just be myself. If I'm not well, then I'm not well. You know what I'm saying? If I have a cold, then I have a cold. But if I'm fit to do it, then if I have to rehearse, obviously like sometimes you forget your lyrics because it's been a while. So if I have to rehearse, that's the purpose. Then I rehearse. If I have to do something, I do it. But I've never really been a follower of like these opinions. Like
We've done 2023 Outlook in the music industry in Ghana. Your name has come up for a lot of awards that will happen this year. We are tipping you. You've tipped yourself already?
Thank you.
You've tipped yourself already?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I feel like we've done some great work, that deserve to be acknowledged. So obviously like you submit and you leave the rest to the board and the public and God. Yeah.
So which ones would you be looking out for? I mean, just two categories that if you won an award in, like you'd be like, yo, Charlie.
Artist of the Year?
Yeah. And song of the year too.
Artist of the year, song of the year, vocalist of the year, like everything, bro.
Everything. You can pick them all. So we are loving Adole, and we would love for you to do it again.
Oh, do it again.
Yes.
All right,
yes,
cool.
yes.
All right, cool. The envelope is fat then.
Teach us the chorus so we can help you sing.
I'm ready. Like I'm ready.
You teach us the chorus.
Okay, cool. I'll teach you.
Adole, Adole, come and show me that you love me, yeah. Me I know fi carry your love to play. Me I know fi carry your love to play.
Simple as that.
Adole, Adole, come and show me that you love me, yeah. Me I know fi carry your love to play. Me I know fi carry your love to play.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Top 2, we got another one.
Whoa, 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 yeah. Me do, check it out. Ah, do, check it out. Yeah. All the times I dey pray, make this love never fade. Make we day, make it day. And I hope say you feel the same way. All the times I dey, me I'm ready to marry. When I pull up it's a G-Waggy, and I want you to be my wifey. Adole, Adole, come and show me that you love me. Yeah, me I know fi carry your love to play. Me I know fi carry your love. Adole, Adole, come and show me that you love me. Yeah, me I know fi carry your love to play. I dey Cape Town, I see one Ikebe, I no chase am. She won't give me something, I no take am. If you know be you give me my paper, for paper, I know they fake am. Don't you ever say you wanna break up. Baby girl, you know I know fi take am. Promise me before I press accelerator. Yeah. One thing I know is true love is in your eye. Oh, yeah. Please don't take me play, don't touch up my life. Ooh, girl.
Let's go. Hey.
Adole, come and show me that you love me. Yeah, me I know fi carry your love to play. Me I know fi carry your love. Adole, come and show me that you love me. Yeah, me I know fi carry your love to play. I dey Cape Town, I see one Ikebe, I no chase am. She won't give me something, I no take am. If you know be you, give me my paper, for paper, I know the fake am. Don't you ever say you wanna break up. Baby girl, you know I know fi take am. Promise me before I press accelerator. Whoa. Me do, on the tina. Yeah.
Thank you very much.